We'll be getting started in just a minute. Namanda, 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 namanda. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Shotsuki Hoyo and Adult Dharma service. I'd like to begin by reading the names of those who've passed away in the month of December. Wakako Adachi, Larry Aikawa, Yoneko Aochi, Yasuhiko Aoki, Koto Aoyagi, Yasutaro Chiyoda, Jean Dent, Fumie Doi, Goro Endo, Takako Endo, Fusakichi Fuji, Kerry Fuji, George Fujino, Noboru Fukuchi, Michiko Fukutomi, Emiko Furuta, Toshiko Furuta, Jay Gluck, Sumie Hiramoto Gluck, Mutsu Gonda, Utaro Harada, Kinuko Diana Hayashi, Osue Hirabayashi, Masahiro Hirayama, Fred Hiromoto, Fuji Ikeda, Tom Ikemiya, Fred Kaneshige, Dick Kanzaki, Keishu Kanzaki, Otokichi Kashima, Tamesaku Kataoka, Kiyono Kawabata, Yuji Kawabata, Hisa Kawamoto, Pearl Kawamoto, Ryu Kawaoka, Yufu Kisanuki, Keisaburo Koda, Kazuo Koizumi, Takehei Kono, Heitaro Kosobayashi, Margaret Kubota, Myosuke Kuramura, Robin Sasaki Ledecker, Torahei Masuoka, Ben Matsui, Matsu Matsui, Chosei Matsui, Fusako Matsutani, Kinu Matsutani, Rokusaburo Miyamoto, Masato Mori, Yoshihisa Mori, Naoto Roy Muramoto, Yotaro Najima, Nobori Nakagawa, Toru Tam Nakagawa, Hiroshi Nakai, Masato Nakao, Jin Nakao, Shigeko Nakao, Takashi Nakao, Seiichi Nakatani, Eiichi Nakazono, Eisaburo Natsuhara, Gloria Natsuhara, Nobuko Natsuhara, Masako Neishi, Sadaichi Neishi, George Nobori, Don Nomiyama, Jerry Nomura, Sekinosuke Okai, Mary Fumie Okamura, Shinji Okamura, Hide Okano, Himio Okawachi, Takashi Okawachi, Keiji Onizuka, Jane Otsuka, Tomio Otsuka, Wendy Mitsu Pendro, Yukiko Sakakura, Jun Sasaki, Yukichi Sasaki, Mitsuzo Satake, Helen Sato, Hironobu Sato, Julie Seiji Shibata, Kunio Shibata, Tomino Shigemoto, Amy Shimada, Yoshizo Shimamoto, Masao Shinomoto, Shigeyoshi Sua, Hatsue Sunagawa, Itsu Takahashi, Michie Takashima, Yoshitsugu Takeda, Seikatsu Takaesaka, Teiko Tamori, Ichiro Tanaka, Masaichi Tanaka, Masayo Tani, Kusu Tanita, Kazuyuki Terada, Yukie Terada, Tadashi Teraura, Keiji Toyofuku, Mary Tsuboi, Shozo Tsuboi, Ayako Agnes Tsuji, Yumiko Tsujimoto, Jane Uemura, Shigekazu Umemoto, Yoshi Ushijima, Kin Usui, Teruko Ueno, George Watanabe, Yotaro Watanabe, Howard Worrell, Yoshio Yabe, Naozo Yago, George Yamaguchi, Noboru Yamanaka, Masato Yamashita, Takefumi Yasuda, Masai Yokomizo, Nobue Noi Yokomizo, Yonekichi Yokomizo, Stephen Young. Okay, next we'll have Sutra chanting. We'll be chanting Sanbutsuge, which is on page 22 in the small purple book. In the past, we used to do incense offering during the chanting, but we're not doing that now. So you can just stay seated and offer incense later. So we'll be chanting Sanbutsuge. Namanda, 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 namanda. Go Muyo Tosha Nichigatsumani Shuko Emyo Kai Shitsu Onpei Yunyaku Jumok Nyorai Yogen Chosemurin Shogaku Daion Koru Jippo Kaimon Shojin Sanmai Chie Itokumunyo Shishokeu Jintai Zennen Shobutsu Hokkai Gujin no Kugo Gaitai Mumyo Yokunu Sesonyomu nin no shi shi jin toku munyo kukun kodai chi e jin myo komyo iso shimdo dai sen ganga sabutsu zai sho ho kado shoji mi fuge datsu fuse joi kai nin shojin nyoze sanmai chi e ijo go sei tokubutsu fungyo shigan isai kuku isadayam keshi ubutsu yakusen okuman munyo daisho shunyo goja kunyo isai shito shobutsu funyo gudo kensho fukyak hinyo goja shobutsu sekai bufu kake mushu setsudo komyo shisho hen shisho kok nyoze shojin ijin nanyo ryoga sabutsu kokudo dai goshu kimyo dojo chozetsu kokunyo nayom nimu toso gato aimin dodatsu isai jippo naisho shimnetsu shoujo ito ga kok keraku anno kobutsu shinmyo ze ga shinsho hotsuga no hi riki shosho yo jippo seson chi emuge jonyo shisom chi ga shingyo kenyo shinshi shoku dokuchu gagyo shojin ninju fuke namandabu Namandabe, 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 Ganni Shike Doke, Byodo Seisai, Dohoten Bodai Shin, Ojo An Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Namanda. Okay. Hello once again. Hello, everybody online. And that's who I'm looking at. If you're kind of like, what's he staring at? I'm not staring at you in the front row. I'm staring at my computer. But hello, everybody who's here in person as well. Thank you for joining us for our December Shotsuki Hoyo. And this is nice. Nice cross-section of people. I can kind of pretend I'm at Concord Hoakai. We've been chanting Sanbutsuge there too, so this is nice, but others as well. So it's, hello everyone also online. I know that some people still, really don't feel comfortable coming, so that's fine. And I'm glad that we're able to do the online simultaneous stream, but it is nice to also see everyone in person, be able to have this connection as well. So a couple of things I was thinking about. The December list was pretty long, I think, reading the names. And so I've been putting it on my computer. I finally figured it out, make a PDF. When I make a Word document, all the names have the red line underneath because it's like, this is misspelled. This is misspelled. It's like the spell check thing. And so I can't see if it's a U or a Y or that kind of, so I realized make a PDF and then I can read the names much more clearly and not waste all the paper. Because if you think about all the years I've printed out the list, right? And all the paper that I've printed. So I finally figured out, getting it on the computer. I have to kind of look over to see people up here in front, but I think it's okay. Shotsuki is interesting, right? It can be difficult, right? It can be kind of difficult time. And if this is your Shotsuki month, I'm right there with you because in a couple of days will be my father's date of passing. He passed away December 6, 2001. So 21 years ago now, right? And so this time comes around every year, right? We're thinking about loved ones who've passed. So that I know that it can be difficult. But I also feel like that's part of what this service is for, right? And so I was also thinking kind of about remembering, right? Remembering. Now, thinking of remembering in Buddhism, there's a really special kind of remembering that we do all the time. Nembutsu. Nembutsu, right? So Nembutsu can actually mean different things. Early on in the tradition, part of Nembutsu was thinking about Buddha. So there's a Sanskrit term, Buddhanusmriti or Buddhanusati in Pali. So sati is actually mindfulness. So all the stuff we hear about mindfulness these days in the news and everything, so much of that comes from Buddhism. And it comes through the Pali tradition in many ways, like Spirit Rock, right, is based in Theravada Buddhism. So they're using Pali, so they're using this term sati for remembering, this mindfulness. In that sense, the mindfulness we normally think of, I think, is a kind of awareness, right? This kind of mindfulness or awareness of whatever we're supposed to be focusing on. Maybe my breathing, or you can have mindful eating, right? Or you can have, mindfulness of your feelings, right? Mindfulness in itself is mindful of what, right? We have to ask that. And so there's many kinds of mindfulness, but one really important kind of mindfulness is mindfulness of Buddha. And so this mindfulness of Buddha, that's what one way we can think of Nembutsu. Butsu is Buddha. Nen is that smriti or sati, this mindfulness. But it means bringing to mind, recollecting, thinking of, remembering. So, Nembutsu also means saying Namo Amida Butsu, right? So that Namo Amida Butsu is the name of Amida Buddha. Saying that is one of the cores of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. And now that I've talked about it, you're going to realize how many times we say it during a service, right? We've already said it at least 2, 3, 4 times and multiple times each time. Trust me, we will say it again today before the service is over, right? So saying Namo Amida Butsu, reciting the Buddha's name, that kind of Nembutsu is so essential to being Jodo Shinshu. And ideally, you don't only say it after the minister says it, right? Ideally, you say it anytime, right? So that whatever's happening. Recently, I remember I have to go up on my roof when it rains because I have to make sure the drains are, it's a kind of a flat roof, and I have to make sure the drains are clear, and then I have to sweep as much water off as I can because it pools on the roof. But I remember when I go up there, I'm lucky to live in the Oakland Montclair Hills. And so I go up there in this beautiful view of trees. I can hear the birds. Recently, I don't know what kind of bird it was. It sounded like a chew toy. It's like, purr, 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 purr. Like it's like a dog chewing on a chew toy. But then these like falcons or something went flying by. I was trying to, who's making that noise? So I'm able to be in this incredible environment and just nature all around. And just the other day going up there, I was like, namandam, namandam. It just came out. I wasn't thinking this seems like a good time to say Nembutsu. I think I'm going to say it. It just came out. That kind of spontaneous Nembutsu, right, is one way to do Nembutsu. I think it's hard here in the States because if you're walking around at the supermarket going namandam, namandam, people are going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to wait for my vegetables till that person leaves, right? Because this person's talking to themselves or something. But that's Nembutsu practice in a lot of ways, right? Whether at home, supermarket, in line for the bank, while you're driving, while you're up on your roof, you can say Nembutsu. Shandao doesn't put it that way. He says, say Nembutsu whether walking, standing, sitting, or lying down. We can say Nembutsu anytime. And so I know it's hard here in the States because we're not surrounded by this culture. But I think in pre-modern times, it was life, right? It was such a fundamental part of life. And so I feel like part of my job as a minister is to kind of try and live that life, right? And I want to encourage you to say Nembutsu anytime. But the other part of Nembutsu, it's not just say it because I told you to say it. It's bringing the Buddha to mind. It's bringing the Dharma to mind, right? It's getting out of being stuck in whatever it is I'm doing, getting mad, wanting stuff, thinking about lunch, whatever, right? If I'm getting stuck in that, I can't believe I have to wait another hour for lunch. If Sensei talks, the longer Sensei talks, the longer I have to wait. I want to eat. I want to eat. I'm so hungry, and hungry. I shouldn't do this to you, huh? I'm doing it to myself. I'm getting hungry. See how powerful it is? All I have to say it, lunch, right? And you're like, oh yeah, what's for lunch? I'm hungry. I want that. I want to eat. I want food. Want. That's our life, right? It's okay. But other things sometimes maybe get angry, right? Oh yeah, I'm really angry. Oh, I hate when they do that. Oh, they do it all the time. You know, if the next time they say that, I'm gonna, and you just keep going, near, right? That's samsara. That's poison. The three poisons of greed, anger, and ignorance. So if you find yourself caught in that, Namo Amida Butsu. I think saying Namo Amida Butsu at a time like that is perfect, right? Get off that train. Get off the anger train. Get off the desire train and head back towards Buddha. Head back for what's important, right? Head back to this wonderful core of the Dharma. So that's, these are different aspects of Nembutsu. Saying the Nembutsu, but also bringing Buddha to mind, that kind of recollecting or bringing to mind. But then there's also remembering our loved ones, right? And I think that remembering our loved ones it's obviously a part of our tradition, right? Having these Shotsuki services, having our various memorial services, first, third year, seventh year. That's what's neat about Shotsuki. You don't have to wait. My dad, since he passed away 21 years ago, this was the 20th year according to the counting, right? Because you subtract a year. So the next service for my dad is 25th year in 3 years. It's so confusing, right? So hopefully you have it written down what the year is, but I don't have to wait. Shotsuki, right? That we have these kind of annual services to help us through. So one aspect is, I think it can be difficult, right? Especially if you're still at first year or third year or something like that. I think acknowledging if it's difficult, it's okay. Of course, right? It's okay to feel sadness. But the neat thing about the service is you don't have to do it alone, right? That we can gather together, right? And so even just being with one other person, I think, can really help, right? With those feelings of sadness. But the other thing I like about our services is it's not only sadness, right? We acknowledge sadness. I'm not one to say, yeah, don't be sad. Just cast that away. I can't do that. And if I did do that, then I'd be kind of denying part of myself, right? So rather than deny sadness, we acknowledge sadness, but also don't get stuck in it, right? Realizing, it's not only the sadness. Let's remember, right? Let's remember the person or people you're here for. I'll remember my dad, right? And we can think about that. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, it's too soon, right? Or it's too difficult, and that's okay too, I think, right? But I think the best thing to do is remember them. Think about them. Not just the time of loss, right? But thinking back, go back further to various points in your life, to think back about them. And it may still bring tears, or it might bring a laugh, right? Or it might bring reflection. It might bring deeper insight into myself, right? Really thinking about that relationship and realizing, oh, that's where I get that from, right? I was thinking for the kids this morning, it's like what I should have done is give an example of like when you get in the conflict or something. And so it got me thinking, I was an only child, right? And none of my extended family was around 99% of the time. So it was me, mom, and dad. And with us, if there was ever like an argument or a fight, it was always between two. And there was always one that wasn't in the fight. Like, this is something I realized, right? So if my mom was getting mad at my dad, I'm like, phew, I'm off the hook, right? Like, just don't get involved, just sit back. But, just thinking about those relationships, right? And as much as it was kind of like a time of conflict, it's also a wonderful memory for me, or memories, right? To think back to them, even though, realizing they're gone, right? And that in one way they're not here, and I wish I could ask them so much. There's so many things I wish I could ask my parents that I just didn't. But they're gone over 20 years, right? So I can't. But I accept that too. That's also part of me. We didn't talk about that kind of stuff. It's okay, right? Every family's different. Every person's different. And so this chance to remember, that's part really what I like about Buddhism, or our kind of Buddhism anyway, right? That we're given these opportunities to remember. And if we can, we do it together. Okay? So if you're together with your family, but if you're not, you're here with Sangha, right? There's a whole group of us, right? Maybe not everyone's doing Shotsuki, but if you are, there's other people here doing Shotsuki too, right? So we're here together. We're here as a Sangha, right? Dharma family, even though this isn't the Dharma family service. That's why I call the morning service Dharma family service. It's not family service because not everyone's part of the same family, but it's Dharma family. We are part of the same Dharma family, right? That we're together here as family members, even if we're not united in blood, right? We're technically not family, but we're Dharma family, right? So that I really feel is what one of the most important things that this Shotsuki memorial service offers us. And I'll say once again, the Shotsuki means month, okay? And so again, I did my internship here over 20 years ago with Yamaoka sensei, and I heard about Shotsuki, and I thought it was Shotsuki, and so I figured, the Sho must be hajimete, first, because like this month we're doing it the first of the month, the first weekend in the month. So I thought Shotsuki meant first of the month, right? It doesn't. It's Shotsuki. It's a long O, Shotsuki, and that Sho is really auspicious. It's a good meaning. Like auspicious is like Shakyamuni, the auspicious birth of Shakyamuni. It's actually wonderful. It's incredible. It's this wonderful thing. So then that makes you think, wait a second, I thought this was a memorial, right? From a kind of American standpoint, memorial is a sad, negative thing. But that's it. In Buddhism, it's not. It has sadness in it, but we're recognizing that this memorial service is a special, special thing because the person we're honoring is so special, because the relationship that we have with them is so special. Doesn't mean it was easy, doesn't mean it was perfect, but special, auspicious, marvelous. And again, to me, that all the positive things in Buddhism don't mean we're not going to think about the bad stuff. We're only going to think about the good, right? To me, the positive things in Buddhism embrace everything, embrace all those aspects. So this Shotsuki, this auspicious month of December, right? If you've lost someone in the month of December, thank you very much for joining us for this auspicious occasion, this auspicious memorial service, right? Giving us the chance to think about our loved ones, to remember our loved ones together in part of this Dharma family, as we also think about the Buddha, right? So it's thinking about our loved ones, reflecting on ourselves, and also listening to the Dharma, thinking about Buddha, bringing Buddha to mind. So really, really wonderful, special occasion. And, I'm all about middle way. I mentioned it earlier too. That's my favorite Buddhist teaching, middle way. Right? So part of it is wonderful to see everyone, right? To be here in person. And then to balance that out with, please be careful, right? That we're going into winter. We're kind of this bad weather and this up and down in the weather, right? It was sunny earlier and then it was raining and everything, right? COVID cases are going up in the Bay Area. So we do want to just be cautious, right? But we want to balance it out too, right? So that is a lot of what Buddhism is about to me, is this balance. And it's also the balance between our emotions, right? We can find that, try to walk this middle way, whatever it is for me. So I'd like to conclude the Dharma message for today's December Shotsuki Hoyo and Adult Dharma service. If you could please join me in Gassho. Remembering our loved ones, reflecting on ourselves, and bringing Buddha to mind. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Namanda. Yeah. So I think let's sing Ondok-san 2. Is it in the small purple book? No page. I got to memorize the page. It's on page 76. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Namanda. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Robert Noguchi for announcements. Okay.
Hey, am I good here?
There we go.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Sensei. Good morning and welcome to the Buddhist Church of Oakland. I want to thank Reverend Bridge for officiating today's service and his Shotsuki Dharma Talk. Also to Reverend Michael Endo for assisting in today's service. Steve Terasaki for playing the organ. And our host group, Host 8, managed by Joyce Yokomizo. So thank you very much to Joyce and her group for providing hospitality to those at the temple today. Also like to thank the Zoom crew for making the YouTube presentation possible. I have a few announcements that I actually mentioned at the last service, but I will mention again. The BCO website, Buddhist Church of Oakland. Most of you know the Mochitsuki is next Sunday, December 11th. The mochi is sold out as far as BCO is concerned. And what I understand from the workforce that there is no additional help needed tomorrow, next Sunday. So please, you don't need to come and help tomorrow, next Sunday, the 11th, for that Mochitsuki. Let's see. Also, if you could check the Eden site I believe they're having a Mochitsuki next Saturday, the 10th. And I believe the information is on our website, so you can check for that if you weren't able to order through us. Also, the BCO Dharma School toy drive is happening next Sunday. Drop off your donations at the Mochitsuki next Sunday, and it's going to support the Oakland Street Level Health Project in Oakland. That's what I'm showing on my screen now, so that'll be next Sunday. Also, the Oakland Buddhist Women's Association will be holding a gift shop next Sunday during Mochitsuki, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And drop in and see and get some antiques and unique gifts. Just get a head start on your holiday shopping. Also, the Junior YBA fundraiser, Seas Candy fundraiser, is obviously taking orders is closed as of November 30th, but the pickup will be during the Mochitsuki next Sunday, December 11th. Turning now to the Buddhist Churches of America, the BCA website, BuddhistChurchesofAmerica.org. Couple things, the 2022 Senior Young Buddhist Association Conference will be happening on Friday, December 16th through Sunday, December 18th at the Buddhist Church in Sacramento. This is for ages 18 to 26 years old. And if you'd like to sign up, that information is on the BCA website. Another event that'll be happening on Saturday, January 28th at the LA Honganji Buddhist Temple, but also being held virtually, will be a talk in English and Japanese, Hope from Shinran's Perspective, featuring Professor Jessica Main and Reverend Yasushi Kiboshi. And that information is also on the BCA website. Going back to the Buddhist Church of Oakland, BCO, the BuddhistChurchofOakland.org, we appreciate and accept any donations. And there is a donations page. If you scroll down here, you could see there are a number of different ways to donate via PayPal and credit card. So again, we thank you very much for your support and hope you have a great day. Thank you very much. And I'll send it back to you, Sensei.
Right. Thank you, Robert. This will conclude our December Shotsuki, Hoyo, and monthly memorial and adult Dharma service. We're going to want to also thank Stephen Terasaki on the organ. And so after Gassho, we'll have Steve play us out, and you can come up and offer incense. So let's conclude with Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Okay, thank you.